Okay, I'm just setting up the live stream. Won't be long. So we are setting out on leg 10 of the Around the World trip, and to do so we will be using the Beechcraft Starship. We're taking off from Alanya on the southwestern coast of Turkey, and we're flying along the south coast of Turkey and finishing at Hatay. So we got a bit of a route penciled in that we'll try and follow somewhat manually along the way. So just to give ourselves something to do really, and to keep the journey interesting, so we don't just hug the coast all the way. So should we go and jump inside the Starship? So actually, for those that haven't seen it, this is the Beechcraft Starship. It's a bit of a monster, and it should be fairly rapid, so the flight shouldn't take too long. So within the aircraft, we're going to work through checklist together and get the airplane up and running. So I've linked to the checklist in the notes of the video, and I'll also pin a comment after the flight. I'm not going to go and load it up to show you, as I've done so many times previously, because everybody I think knows about my checklists by now. So it's just a functional procedure to walk through, doing the absolute essential things to start the airplane up in a more or less correct manner. So first things first, we're going to walk backwards down the cockpit and go and close the door. Okay, and back into the main part of the cockpit. We're going to go look down at the quadrant down here and make sure that everything's in its correct place. It's looking good, and yeah, flaps are working, and spoilers doesn't have spoilers. The toe brakes are working. Good. Okay, so we want the prop levers to be fully forwards, which they are. We want the condition levers to be on shut-off, which they are. So then we can go and turn the battery switch to on. Then we can go to the standby indicator below right. So that's over, where is it? Here, and advance that switch forwards. Then the integrated avionics, which is the ICAS system, I go turn those on. Then shift 9 overhead, go and turn the nav lights on. The button doesn't light up, but we won't worry about that. And then we'll go and get the engine started. So before we do that, let's go and check how much fuel we've got on board. Now we can either do it through here. I think we can do it in the tablet as well in the aircraft. So let's go and have a look. Fuel, we've got 39%, so let's go and give it 74. That's loaded that into the aircraft. And then, so let's go and see about starting the engines up. So ignition is down here. We're going to advance the ignition, and then we're going to immediately, so we'll do right engine first. We can see N1 is coming up, and you get the warnings, obviously. When it goes past 12%, we can advance the condition lever. Then when it gets to about 50%, we can go and turn the ignition off, and it will run itself essentially. So you can see the temperature's dropping back down there, or the torque, sorry. And then it's gone through 50%, so that can come off, and the generator can go on. Same for the left engine, so start it on, watch the N1 come up. That's the axle speed of the gas turbine basically. So we've got ITT at the top, into turbine temperature, and the prop. So it's gone through 12%, so we can advance this switch. This one can go to, whoops, can go forwards. Use the mouse wheel, don't try and drag them. And we're just coming up to 50%, so that can come off, that can go forwards, and the generator can come on. Okay, so we've got the engines up and
clears to Ataturk International via the
post engine start, we're going to go and turn the
departure, then a spiral
avionics on.
departure runway 08 Initial climb to
Shift
4,000.
and 7, we're going to go and turn the lead air valves to both, turn the temperature to
4246,
auto,
Piper Alpha 5 Tango.
and then Shift and 5 brings us over here. We'll go and put the oxygen on. We can do this
Roger,
later,
Piper
but we'll do it
Alpha
while we're
5
here. And we're going to go and put the anti-skid switch on, which is down hidden in the corner there. And then we're going to go and program the route into the FMC. So it's booting up as we speak. Here it comes, initialize system. I've got old data in here at the moment. We're not going to worry about that today. So use the expired database. And then we're going to go into the flight plan page, I think. Or not. Let me read my own instructions, shall I? So it goes to the messages first. MSG, update VLF, update from FMS. And then we can program the flight. So back into the flight plan page. And we're going to go and put in at least the departure and destination, but the way we get there is going to be wildly different. So LTFG. So we can click here and then we can use the keyboard, LTFG, and then say enter and confirm it. And then for the destination, LTAK. So go and click on the screen, LTAK, and press enter and confirm it. And then we can put the route in as well. So following LTFG, how are we going to get there? We're going to go via the MUT VOR, and then via the ADA VOR. We'll OK that one first, and then ADA, enter, OK, and in the flight plan, and that should put us with our basic route in. So we can go into the nav page, that's the nav radios, and we've got the comm radios, and we've got the, I'm just getting myself back familiar with this, and there's the basic routing. Okay, so
all aircraft information Charlie is now current. QNH 1014.
You will see right generator is inoperative. Why is that?
Charlie Bravo,
Have we got a failure?
To 6 progressive taxi, have on for me, final 1934.
0 active failures. Electricity. That's all looking okay. Is it just because of RPM? Have we got an engine run? Actually, no, the engine's died, hasn't it? So that's why the generator's not failing. That's because, remember, I hit the lever incorrectly earlier. So what we'll do is bring the power back and start the engine up again. Work the problem. So we're going through 12%. We'll bring the fuel back in. That went incredibly hot on the ITT. Nope, we've got a failure. Because we didn't have the generator running, I'm guessing. That's annoying. The engine's running now. And so should that one be. Just shows you what a fine line some of these aeroplanes are on between having power and not having power. Does that mean we've just lost our flight plan? Everything else will be fine. Let's have a look, see if it's remembered it. Let's see how accurate this is. If you lose power, does it wipe out the route? No, it's died again. Oh my word, the engines are running. The generators aren't working. Oh, it's in beta. What is going on with the engines? Look at the beta on the throttle. On the propeller, sorry. What on earth? Right, Jen, we've got some sort of failure, haven't we? Oh, go away, silly dialogues. Engine condition 100%, engine condition 100%. Recharge batteries, it was at 100%. That's at 100%. I wonder, yeah, that's gone bright red. What on earth is going on? I think what's going on, I did a restart earlier, and I don't think some aeroplanes like restarts. So I'm just going to jump us back out to the airport. One day I'll do a stream that goes nice and smoothly. LTFG. Won't take long. So we'll put ourselves next door to where we were. Start flight. I'm not on Sim Update 3. Of course, now we've got the wrong time of day. These things are set to challenge us, aren't they? Let's see if it's going to behave this time. This is a well-known issue with the sim, that if you do a restart instead of going out to the main menu and coming back, then your results may vary. And now, of course, the head tracking is going to play up. And also then SayIntentions will have had a fit as well. So I'll go and do new flight in SayIntentions. Hopefully, yeah, the microphone is keying. Okay. We'll go back through those first few steps again then. Shouldn't take too long. So levers are in the right positions and they're working, which is the main thing. So battery switch goes to on. The standby indicator switch goes to on. Integrated avionics goes to on. Overhead, we go and put the nav light on. And then we go and start the right engine. So we go and kick it forwards. Waiting for 12%. And coming through 50%, so the starter can come off and the generator can come on. Then start engine number 1, or the left engine. So watching the numbers come up. Comes through 12%. Advance, fuel, that one can go to run. Coming through 50%. The starter can come off. The generator can go on and be reset, and the fuel condition can go to run. Okay, that's the basic engine start done. So post engine start, we go and put the pilot and co-pilot integrated avionics on. We go and switch the bleed air valves to both. We go and turn the temp mode to auto inside the aircraft. The anti-skid goes to on. And then we go and program this again. We'll get there eventually. Initialize system. Database has expired. Yes, we know. Use the expired database. Press the messages button. Update the VLF from the FMS. Then go into flight plan. And where are we going from? We are going from LTFG. LTFG. Enter confirm. We're going to LTAK. LTAK. If I did it right, it would work. LTAK. Enter OK. And we're going via the MUT and ADA VORs. MUT. ADA. Confirmed. Okay, so that's the basic route done. End the flight plan, and that's got that ever so slightly wrong, hasn't it? So we'll be ignoring a lot of that. Why it's done what it's done. Anyway, it's got MUT and ADA. They're in the wrong place in the world, aren't they? So delete waypoint. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's just got them run the wrong way. So erase. Yeah, we're just going to wing this. Actually, no. Let's at least put the beginning and the end in. LTFG, LTFG. Enter. Okay, and LTAK, because we can use the other systems on the aircraft while we're flying. Okay, so that gives us our basic where we are in terms of the bird's eye route. So oxygen is not armed, so let's go and do that. AFX is off, so let's go and work through the rest of the system. We've done all of the FMC stuff that we want to do. So calibrate the altimeter, comma. There it goes. External lights, shift and 9. Go and turn on no smoking and seatbelts and the taxi lights. Alt and 1. Go and put auto feather to test. This will make the AFX go away.
All aircraft be advised. Information Juliet is now current QNH 1007.
And we are more or less ready to go, so we're just going to ask for permission to taxi. So it's all working now, of course, because we restarted the sim, went out to the main menu. So where are they going to ask us to take off from? Let's go and have a look at the wind, see what's going on. So wind is out of the west, so we'll probably take off runway 26. So we'll request taxi to runway 26 from Alanya Grand. So let's go and turn head tracking on. Alanya Ground, Starship, Golf Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo requesting taxi to runway 26.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, runway 66 does not exist. Taxi to runway 26 via Charlie Alpha backtrack 08 Bravo backtrack 26.
Taxi to runway 26 via Charlie Alpha backtrack 08 Bravo backtrack 26 Bravo Echo Kilo. Might have to go and reset Yeah, the head tracker is now having an absolute field day with me. I'm just
Cabin
going to
crew,
turn
all
it off for a
doors in flight and
second.
cross-check. Welcome on board this flight with, I would like to introduce our Captain Jonathan and our First Officer Amanda. Joining me in the cabin today are my fellow crew members, Pierre, Camille and Jacques. We are currently pushing back from our departure city, and we will be flying to our destination city. The flight number for this journey is 802. The expected flight time is approximately 1 hour and 50 minutes. Now let's go over some important safety information. Please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. To unfasten, simply lift the buckle. In the event of a loss of cabin pressure, oxygen masks will drop down from the panel above you. Pull the mask towards you, place it over
good
your nose
morning.
and mouth,
Request
and
IFR
secure it
clearance
with the
as
elastic band.
filed.
Remember to secure your own mask before
We
assisting
have
others.
Sierra on board,
For
26
those
is
of
the
you seated
active.
near the exits, please take
We are
note
up
of the
to
emergency exits
7,000, departures
located
on
at the front,
120.225
middle,
and
and
squawk
rear of the aircraft.
1313.
In case of an
07.
evacuation, leave your luggage behind and proceed
Read
to
back
the
correct.
nearest exit. Also, we have life vests
Analia
located
ground,
under your
Piper
seats.
Bravo
To
Echo
use
Alpha
them,
5
pull the vest
Tango,
out,
radio
place
check.
it over your head, and pull the straps to tighten. Inflate the vest by pulling the red tabs when you are outside the aircraft. We appreciate your attention to these safety instructions. After our meal service, we will be offering items from the shop. Thank you for your cooperation. I will now notify the captain that the cabin is ready for departure.
The plane went wrong because I restarted the flight. I'm just reading the live stream comments. It's a common issue with both versions of Flight Simulator. If you don't go back out to the main menu, you just do a restart. It's quite unpredictable sometimes whether it will survive it or not.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo. Contact tower on 119.25. Take care.
Contacting tower 119.25. Starship Bravo Echo Kilo. Alanya tower, Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, lined up runway 26 for immediate departure VFR.
Starship Golf Juliet Bravo, Echo Kilo, Gazi Pasa Tower, runway 26, winds calm, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, Bravo Echo Kilo. Just keeping an eye on the torque. 70 knots.
Golf India, Israel, contact departure.
90.
Roger, departure.
Zero,
On 120.225, Golf India X-ray.
Gear up. Speed build before we lift the flaps. We should have had the landing lights on really. Should we put them? See, it's interesting, isn't it? It's got completely different lights to most things. So we'll put anti-collision on as well. Should we look from inside? It's a bit of a crosswind. Okay, so if we go and have a look at the map. So we're wanting to double back on ourselves really. We're wanting a course of about 10 degrees by the look of it. Power back. Bring the RPM back. It's almost impossible to do that with head tracking. Coming up through 4,000 feet. We're a bit high for VFR. Let's just go and drop down. So we're headed off towards this valley, which I thought would be quite nice to go look at. Can we get a nice map on here? No. That's a shame. It would be really useful, wouldn't it? We just get the accurate 1980s GPS system. Or late 80s, I should say.
MS1 to Lima with information X-ray requesting IFR to Patmos.
I'll have your clearance in just a
So
second.
if we look at this route, we're wanting... We can't actually see the angle.
Gazi Pasa Tower, Turkish 1 X-ray Kilo, established on the RNAV runway
so-
08.
31 degrees.
Turkish 1 X-ray Kilo, roger.
So we'll bring this round to 30 degrees now. Let's go and change. We've got the nav sources already good. Okay, so we want the... Oh, it's a waypoint. It's not a VOR out there, but we can always go to
Dominicana 246, holding short runway 26, ready for departure.
VOR we're heading towards eventually.
Dominicana 246,
11230.
winds calm, runway 26 cleared for takeoff.
26, cleared for takeoff, Dominicana
So we can either do
246.
it here or here. So let me turn head tracking off so we can do this without fumbling around. If we go nav, and we want 11230. It should. We might be a bit too far away yet. Let's go and have a look on the map and see what the range is for this VOR. 50 miles. Yeah, we're right just outside of its maximum range. So we'll see that come alive at some point soon. So I don't think... yeah, Auto Feather is armed but not on. This thing's quick, isn't it? We've got the throttle pulled down to 50% look, and it's still holding 220 knots. So we're just going cross country at the moment. In a few moments we'll turn along this valley that we're just heading towards. You can see there's a... If I zoom in, we can see this a bit better. Look, there's a natural gully that we can fly along. So we fly straight over the top of this, and then we should see it over the edge of this crest.
Dominicana 246, contact departure.
Switching to departure, Dominicana 246.
So we're going to change over to center frequency and request flight following. In order to do that, I'll need to set the transponder, and I cannot for the life of me remember where it is. So we may have to do a bit of digging around before we bother doing that. There it is. Center Starship, Golf Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo, 6,000 feet, requesting flight following.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, squawk 5547 and dent.
Squawking 5547, Bravo Echo Kilo.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, radar contact. 23 northeast of Gazipasa at 6,000 feet. Gazipa QNH 1010. Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, you are already under flight following at 6,000 feet.
There we go. So, let's have a look on the map. So we're carrying on down this valley until we get to the water, and then we cross it, and we go through a bit through our next valley, and then we head north up to the VOR. So are we picking it up? Yeah, we're picking it up now, look.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, VFR altitudes.
VFR altitudes confirmed. Bravo Echo Kilo. Should we speed it up a bit? So as you'll notice from the map, we're not doing a GPS flight plan, we're just going visually today and looking across that little nav map when it makes sense to. Clouds falling over the top of the hills over there. So we're not using, obviously it's lovely and warm outside, we're not using pitot heat at the moment, we really should switch it on now. Turkey is an absolutely beautiful country. Whoa, look at that, an updraft came up under the wing there and started to roll the aeroplane. Just need to be careful sometimes. And we're on the verge of overspeeding. We saw the lights come on there for a moment. So let's go and pull the throttle back a little bit. So we're heading for this next valley, and then we swing around and go north. But you can see the outcrop at the end, can't you, already, where we'll make our left turn. Shall we go and get the tour guide in the aeroplane? Intercom, channel 2. So instead of cabin crew, we'll have a tour guide.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, say destination.
That's Hatay, isn't it? Centre, Bravo Echo Kilo is headed to Hatay.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, proceed direct to Hatay.
That's Hatay, okay. We'll get our pronunciation correct eventually. So, is this strip cut from the woods a fire break? Oh, there's pylons in the cleared strip. It's just the power lines, isn't it? You can actually see them in the textures of the ground. So, if we go and spin the radial round in a moment. So what I mean by that is we're operating in VOR mode on here. It's tuned into the correct VOR, the MUT VOR. So we can change the course, obviously. So by the time we make our turn here, head out towards that VOR. So, if we play with the... Whoa, we're overspeeding again, look. Just... It's easily done in this aeroplane, to be honest. If we change the course, we can find out the exact direction to go to head for the VOR. There we go, look. So what does Mutt actually, what's his real name? That's obviously its 3-letter designation. If we can click on it in that nav map, tell us. It's just called Mutt, that is the name of it. Okay. Shall we go and descend down low over the fields? So we can see here we're 12 miles from the VOR and counting down. Just climbing gently to make the next ridge. This thing's quick, isn't it? Okay, so we're just approaching, it's going to be up on this hilltop, isn't it, up here somewhere. I wonder if we'll be able to see the VOR when we get there. Usually you can pick them out. If we fly directly for it. So 6 miles away. It's going to be on top of the ridge, isn't it? If we look at the map briefly, we can figure it out. So there's a road, there's a steep hill, and then it's on top. So there's the road, it's up here somewhere. So let's get some altitude so we can look down on it a little bit as we come past. So typically you're looking for a circular structure. And a support building. There it is. Okay. So we want to leave the VOR on a course of 100 degrees for 50 miles. So what we'll do is go and dial that in. Oh, it's being a real so-and-so, isn't it? So, should we have a play with the guidance systems? So, autopilot on. Then we should be able to go heading mode, altitude hold. We can relax somewhat. So this is tracking us away from the VOR, so it's 7 miles behind us now. We need to make a right turn. So we want to be on a 100-degree course from it. So let's move the course round to 100 degrees. And then we can move the heading bug around further than that to put us on an intercept course. Sense eventually. Show you this on the map. What we're doing, look, is going to come back in at an angle, and then we'll join up the coast and fly across. They're going to go and visit Mersin, and then Tarsus, Adana, and then cut across the water in towards our destination, Hatay. Isn't it? Okay, so you'll see the CDI come in when we cross over the track. Should we have a play with this and see if we can reprogram the route while we're en route? So if we go and put this back on a plan mode and just put it on display and increase the range, it's just showing us where that is at the moment, not where we are, isn't it? Which is a bit of a problem. Oh, it's the plan map, that'd be why. Positional map. Display. There we go. So, if we go then to the flight plan. Say we wanted to put in MUT in the middle of the flight plan. And yeah, it's done it in the wrong order, look. That's interesting, isn't it? So it only does it sequentially, you can't insert it to the middle. Unless we can move these. So if we erase, so delete that waypoint, and then select from here, and then insert after, and then put MUT in here, that would work. Whoops. Insert waypoint after, MUT, enter, confirm, and that's done that. Good. We want to be turning left to 160 degrees now, of course. So let's go and do that. We'll go to 100. Don't have to be exact. And then I don't think we can put in vector waypoints. So ADA is going to be after MUT. Okay, that's making a bit more sense now. Obviously we are going off in this direction. Should we just try it? So at the moment we're en route to MUT. So we can go back up. Insert waypoint after. Let's see if it will let us. I doubt it will, but we can try it. Let's try an Airbus or Boeing style vector custom waypoint. So MUT. And then it would be 106 slash, is that 40, how many miles is that? 49. So 106, yeah, there's no slash key, so you can't do it and it won't key any further anyway. It's not that clever. Okay. So we're heading for the coast, and then we just follow the coast for a bit. Shall we take it up to a higher altitude? So we've got the altitude selector here. Obviously it's doing altitude hold at the moment. Should we take ourselves up to 10,000 feet? To do that, we can use multiple different ways. So indicated airspeed, I'm guessing, is the safest. So if we then were to go and push this on, just keep an eye on the torque, make sure we don't destroy it. We're on the red line. But it's using that extra power to hold airspeed. So another 1,000 feet to go. Do we get a beep when it comes through with 1,000, or is it a 900?
830 contact anchor control on 119.425. 119.425. Turkish 30.
So coming up towards 10,000 feet. It's flashing obviously because we are nearly there. And then it should go back to altitude hold. So if you keep an eye, it's already done it, look. So it will be winding out the climb rate as it gets closer. And obviously we need to be careful because we're putting the power down. So we need to retreat the power now. As it levels out, it will speed up. The weather ahead doesn't look too friendly, does it? Have to factor that into our plans. Or we can, I wonder if we can fly under it if we drop back down. So let's go and set the target altitude. 3,000 feet while we're near the water. That's a good point though. How? Yeah, it should be fine. So 3,000 feet, and then we engage, indicated airspeed mode. Oh, that's interesting. Why is it not letting me descend like that? Autopilot is engaged.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, contact Ankara Control on 119.425.
Contacting Ankara Control 119.425 at Starship Bravo Echo Kilo. Good day. Ankara Control, Starship Bravo Echo Kilo with you at 10,000 feet en route to Hatay. To turn left to 45 degrees as well.
Starship Golf, Juliet, Bravo, Echo Kilo, Ankara Control. Good afternoon. Seyhan, QNH 1009er.
So, why won't that let us descend? We've set target altitude of 3,000 feet. If we go, it won't allow selection of indicated airspeed. We have to say descend. Oh, it's got a special descent mode. Okay, that makes sense. Whoa, what just happened then to the propellers? There we go. We did turn on the pitot heats, didn't we? Yeah. You never know. Might need it. Descent rate's pretty good. Look, 3,000 feet a minute.
At our 3 o'clock, about 5 kilometers away, you can see the Erdemli Alata Kizkalesi, also known as the Maiden's Castle. This fascinating structure is perched on a small island just off the coast and dates back to the 12th century, built by the Byzantine Empire. Legend has it that a king built this castle to protect his daughter from a prophecy that she would be bitten by a snake on her 18th birthday. Ironically, she was indeed bitten by a snake that was hidden in a fruit basket, leading to her tragic fate. The castle is a popular spot for tourists and locals alike, offering stunning views of the Mediterranean Sea. It's a great place for history buffs and those who enjoy a good story, especially one with a twist. So, keep your eyes peeled for this intriguing landmark.
Oh, is that set over there? And it just hasn't been filled in properly. Yeah, let's go and keep it on the altitude. So we're almost into 3,000 feet. So this should be winding out. Yeah, it's winding out the descent rate. You can see it doing it. And it's going to have gone to altitude hold again, which is good. So we're just coming past this resort here, and a little way further up we're going to go past Mersin and then Tarsus, and then on towards our destination. Hi Sarah, what can you tell us about Mersin?
Mercy is often associated with compassion and forgiveness, particularly in contexts of justice and human interactions. It can refer to the act of showing kindness to someone who has wronged you, or the leniency shown towards an offender. In many cultures and religions, mercy is considered a virtue and is emphasized as a way to promote peace and understanding among people. It's a concept that resonates deeply in literature, philosophy, and everyday life, reminding us of the importance of empathy and kindness in our interactions with others.
What's the name of the city we are approaching?
We're approaching the city of Mersin, a beautiful coastal city in southern Turkey, known for its stunning beaches and rich history.
Can you tell us all about Mersin?
Mersin is a coastal city in southern Turkey, known for its beautiful beaches and historical significance. It has a rich history dating back to ancient times, with connections to various civilizations, including the Romans and Byzantines. The city is also famous for its port, which is one of the largest in Turkey, making it a vital hub for trade and commerce. Mersin is home to several historical sites, such as the Tarsus waterfall and the ancient city of Soli Pompeiopoulos. It's a great place for those interested in history, archaeology, and enjoying Mediterranean cuisine.
There we go. So we're going to go and change the VOR over to ADA 11270.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, contact Interlink departure on 134.1.
Contacting Interlink departure 134.1, Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, good day. Interlink departure, Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, 3,000 feet, approaching Mersin en route to Hatay.
Starship Golf Juliet Bravo, Echo Kilo, Interlink departure. EEX from Seyhan, QNH 1010.
There we go. So we want to stay this heading for the moment. We're heading directly for Tarsus, which we see at the moment. So this is Mersin. She wasn't joking about the port, was she? It's enormous, like. Okay. Get a better view from outside, can't you, of the city? Hasn't got much data, has it? You can see it's quite simplified. So, Jonathan Harding's asking, what's our ETA? We're about, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour away from where we're going. We're going to Hatay. So it's going to go via the ADA VOR. So that's going to take us past Adana. We're just heading for Tarsus at the moment. So let's go and move the heading back. Let's open the power up a bit. Shall we drop to 2,000 feet? This is getting a bit misty up here, isn't it? Straight for Tarsus. So that's going to be the city we can see just in front of us, isn't it? Hi Sarah, what can you tell us about the city of Tarsus?
Tarsus is an ancient city in southern Turkey, known for its rich history and archaeological significance. It's famously recognized as the birthplace of St. Paul, one of the most important figures in Christianity. The city boasts several historical sites, including the Tarsus Waterfall and the ancient Roman Road, which adds to its allure for history enthusiasts. Tarsus has been inhabited since prehistoric times, making it a fascinating place for those interested in ancient civilizations. The city also has a vibrant local market, where visitors can experience authentic Turkish culture and cuisine.
How are we doing for fuel? Where we check? Okay, it's up here. Oh, we got loads. Not a problem. So this is Tarsus. Mountains and the clouds out there look quite forbidding, don't they? We are surrounded by cloud. There's going to be no escaping it. Could go over the top of it. And we're overspeeding again. Let's just edge the throttles back a little bit. Is it me, or are the RPM levers going forwards on their own? Okay, so leaving Tarsus behind, we're going to turn right towards the Ada VOR. So, did we not tune it in? 11270. Maybe we got distracted. I think we had a call on the radio, didn't we? So 11270, and that should pull up the course. There we go. So that will take us straight to it. So if we go and do that, we can actually go nav mode, couldn't we? And let it track the VOR all on its own. So we've got a bit of a stretch now across the countryside, but that's fine. this is the Starship. It's quite cool, isn't it? I wonder if it has any way of pulling a flight plan into here from somewhere else. So for example, if we were to go and look in the flight planner in here, does this correspond or not? No. Okay. Because it's so unique, they probably couldn't integrate it. More complicated airplane, you just end up babysitting it the whole time, keeping an eye on whatever it's doing. So Nev is asking, what resolution do I run at? 1080p, and I broadcast at 1080p. So what that means in reality is my simulator is running with an awful lot of headroom. So if I go and open Task Manager and show you, so CPU is not even hitting 50%, memory is nowhere near, the Wi-Fi signal, this takes a while to level out, doesn't it? So you can see it's hardly pulling at the moment, up to about 7 megasecond. GPU is hardly being hit, it's about 50%. Capacity, and the GPU RAM is not being hit at all really. So it's running well within limits, and I capped the simulator at 30 frames a second as well, because I can't see any point of having it run any faster than that. Okay, so we're just about to go through we've just gone through the VOR, we just passed over the top of it, yeah, so the indicator has moved. You see where we're going, so we need to turn. It doesn't quite match, does it, because obviously what we've got on little nav map, on the aircraft avionics is that we haven't got this continuation.
At our 9 o'clock, about 4 kilometers away, you can see the beautiful Taurus Mountains. These majestic mountains stretch across southern Turkey and are known for their stunning landscapes and rich biodiversity. The Taurus Range is home to many endemic species of plants and animals, making it a paradise for nature lovers and hikers. The mountains have been a significant part of the region's history, serving as a natural barrier and influencing the cultures that have thrived in their shadows. Legend has it that the ancient gods used to roam these mountains, and you might just feel their presence as you fly over. So keep your eyes peeled for these natural wonders.
Hi Sarah, what can you tell us about Adana?
Adana is a major city in southern Turkey, known for its rich culinary heritage, particularly the famous Adana kebab. The city has a history that dates back thousands of years and is home to several historical sites, including the ancient Roman bridge, Taskopru, which is still in use today. Adana is also known for its vibrant culture, with festivals celebrating its diverse traditions. The Seyhan River runs through the city, providing beautiful views and recreational opportunities. Additionally, Adana is a significant agricultural center, producing a variety of crops, including cotton and citrus fruits.
So just looking at live stream comments, Nev's also asking, do I find a big improvement at 4K? I've never run 2024 at 4K, and I used to run 2020 at 4K sometimes, but I switched the monitor out. There's no point for me to do it because I broadcast at 1080p, so that would mean downscaling it for broadcast, which would eat up some of the GPU performance, which, yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? So we could go direct, couldn't we, into Hatay now? So, what would the bearing be from here if we did measure distance? We want to be flying 122 degrees. So if we go heading mode and bring this round to 122. And then we'll switch frequencies. We have to clear these hills. So let's go and do that. Up to 5,000 maybe, and do a indicated airspeed for the climb. So our destination is just across the water. So that's 3,000. We can do altitude hold here, can't we? So we're just going to stretch straight across the water into Hatay. Does Hatay have a tower? Let's go and have a look. Com radio frequencies. No, it doesn't. So we're going to be just doing our own navigation in. That's the overspeed happening. Obviously swirled around into our face there and lit it up. There's mostly a crosswind though, look, at the moment. So there's this concept of the pyramid with air traffic services where if it doesn't have a tower you can talk to centre. So somebody's asking me, why did CJ Simulations delete the remove before flight covers on the Eurofighter Typhoon? That's a question for them, isn't it? How am I going to know an answer to that one? I wasn't even aware that they had. I went and rewrote the procedure for it recently because obviously the aeroplane's been updated enormously. And it's better than it was, but I didn't notice that it had covers or not.
At our 2 o'clock, about 4 kilometers away, you'll see a lovely park area, perfect for a leisurely stroll or a picnic. This park is not just a green space. It's a local favorite for families and fitness enthusiasts alike. It features walking paths, playgrounds, and even some workout stations for those who want to break a sweat while enjoying the fresh air. The park is a great spot to take a break from the hustle and bustle of city life and immerse yourself in nature. Legend has it that the park was once a gathering place for local poets and artists who found inspiration in its serene surroundings. So, if you ever find yourself on the ground here, don't forget to pack a sandwich and enjoy the view.
Okay, so this is going to be very much a visual approach. And the runway is not very long, it's 3,700 feet. It's connected to the university by the look of it. Should we have a look on the satellite view, see if it shows any better? So wind is coming from the southwest, so we're going to be going in from the northeast. So if we go do a left circuit around it, that would make the most sense, wouldn't it? Let's go and bring the range down on this display. So Hatay is directly in front of us, but we just can't quite see it because of the low cloud. And that really is low cloud, isn't it? That could become a problem. We'll see. We may have to divert to the bigger airport across the way. If I show you this on Google Terrain. Just across the hills, there's a bigger airport that's got a VOR and a much longer runway. We'll see. We should be able to land no trouble. Famous last words, he says, as we lose all visibility of everything. And we're only at 3,000 feet. We'll see what happens when we come out the other side. So, the comments about the CJ Simulations Eurofighter, yeah, it's much more realistic than it used to be. It used to be a video game aircraft with switches for everything down the left hand side, and they've made it much more like the real thing. So I imagine the developers that worked on it have been to an air show and sat in one or something like that. Because it seems to be an awful lot more accurate than it was before. Okay, the cloud's clearing just about enough to see what we're doing. See the airfield. Is that it over there? Slightly to our right. Let's turn the autopilot off, shall we? Go fly in. Let's hope this fog and mist doesn't extend all the way. So we're going to have to use attitude indicator and altitude now to know what's coming. Should be fine.
Starship Bravo, Echo Kilo. Contact Interlink departure on 120.2.
Contacting Interlink departure 120.2. Bravo Echo Kilo. Interlink departure Starship Bravo Echo Kilo with you 2,500 feet.
Starship Golf Juliet Bravo, Echo Kilo, Interior departure. Good afternoon, Dirtiol QNH 1007.
So, we're just coming around to the back end of the airport here. This is going to be tricky, isn't it? We've got a visual approach, but we haven't got visual conditions.
At our 12 o'clock, about 3 kilometers away, you'll see the stunning Mediterranean coastline stretching out before us. This area is known for its beautiful beaches and crystal clear waters, making it a popular destination for sunbathers and water sports enthusiasts. The coastline is dotted with charming little coves and fishing villages, where locals have been catching fish for centuries. Legend has it that the ancient Greeks believed this sea was home to various sea nymphs who would lure sailors with their enchanting songs. So, as we fly over, just imagine those mythical creatures frolicking in the waves, trying to catch a glimpse of our aircraft. It's a breathtaking sight that truly showcases the natural beauty of this region.
So, we need to fly out towards this hillside and then turn back. We'll also call and request clearance to land. So, who are we talking to again? Departures. Inselect departures. Starship Golf Juliet Bravo Echo Kilo requesting full stop landing at Hatay.
Starship Bravo Echo Kilo, cleared for full stop landing at Hatay, runway 22. Wind 225 at 15, QNH 1006.
Runway 25 actually, but never mind. Done without that great big building on approach, couldn't we? These things are sent to challenge us. I've never seen that in the sim before, where there's a building in line with the runway. Amusing. A little bit slowly, just fixing that. The turbulence. Be interesting to get an accurate version of this airfield from somewhere. Because I don't somehow think this is accurate. Where do we park? Let's go cross country. for want of anywhere better. So there we go. We reached our next stop on our around the world trip. We're in Hatay. The next trip will take us, I think, out across... I can't remember if we're going down via Lebanon or straight out across towards Iraq. We'll find out soon when I do the next leg. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that. Kind of a roundabout route across the southern coast of, or southwestern coast of Turkey. Turkey's a huge country, look. Absolutely gigantic. Okay, so I'm being asked, do I live in the UK? Yes, I do. And yes, it's very late. It's just gone midnight here. So I'm going to be closing this down for the evening, and I will see you all again soon. So everybody that was watching along, thank you very much for watching. Much appreciated for your patience, especially with getting the aeroplane started, where we had that hiccup with the simulator at the start, but hopefully it won't happen every time. I guess we'll be switching back to some smaller aeroplanes soon. I thought about using the Tiger Moth for one of these legs to do kind of low and slow through the fields, kind of belt and braces aviation. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Take care. Night night.